Hi there. Welcome to Bourbon Turntable. This is the show that blends the love of music with the love of whiskey. This show is kind of a goof off show, but it'll be a lot of fun. You'll learn a few things, and we'll talk about America, and that's always great. So, before we get into that, I want to tell you about the Bar Cart Co-op. Bar Cart Co-op is a collection of friends who produce content for the whiskey enthusiasts, folks like you. We have a show called Distillers Talk with Alan Bishop and Christy Atkinson. They meet up with distillers from across the country, around the world, and talk about anything and everything in terms of distillation. Alan also has a show, One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute. You got questions about distillation? Ask Alan, and he'll post his comments in video form so we all can learn from your curiosity. Alan also has a show called If You Have Ghosts, You Have Everything. I always have trouble explaining this show because it just goes everywhere. So just listen to the show and figure it out for yourself. Figure it out for yourself. My Whiskey Den with Pat and Mike and Mitch every Monday night, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central Time. My Whiskey Den is where craft whiskey is king. They have great guests. They have fun tastings. So check that out. Monday night, 9 Eastern, 8 Central. David Levine has a podcast called Whiskey in My Wedding Ring. On his podcast, he'll interview distillers about what they're distilling. He also has a blog that does that shows some great reviews of whiskeys. There are a few palates that I really, really trust. David's is one, and I love to read his reviews, and that's directed me to make purchases more than once. Then you got our show, Bourbon Turntable. If you're watching us right now on YouTube, wondering what in the heck's going on, Yacht Rock, Bourbon Slushes, America, I don't know what's happening. That's okay. Hang with us. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You will not regret it. I promise. If you're just listening, hey, you can subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, all those great podcast services. Facebook, check us out on Facebook. We have a Facebook page where we post all these shows. We have a Facebook group where I'll post dumb things about Yacht Rock or Bourbon Slushes, smart things about America. Check it out. We would love for you to hang out. Post your stuff. What are you listening to? What are you drinking? Share it. We would love to hear about it. So that is the intro to the show. Now let's get to the show itself. And what we're going to talk about tonight is Yacht Rock, Bourbon Slushes, and America. Can you see that? Yeah, there you go. And not to mislead you, John Oates is not a guest on the show. He's just, sitting here hanging out. Hey, John, what's happening? All right, so let's talk about Bourbon Slushes first. Well, before we do that, I want to tell you, let's talk about what I'm drinking tonight. First, I'm drinking some water because, you got to stay hydrated. It's hot out. It's hot. So what I'm drinking tonight is not a bourbon slush. It's not even bourbon. It is, can you see this? Can you see this? That doesn't look great. There we go. Heritage Rye, AJ Schreiner. Why am I drinking this when I'm talking about Yacht Rock and Bourbon Slushes? It was Ken Schreiner's birthday this week. Happy birthday, Ken. Happy birthday, Ken. Happy birthday, my wife. My wife's birthday's this week. So I got her some cool stuff. I won't spoil it in case she happens to listen to the show, which she never does. But I got her some great gifts. She's well taken care of. So happy birthday, Ken. Happy birthday, the wife. Happy birthday, America. So let's say cheers to all of us. So Bourbon Slushes. Several years ago, Freddie No, the son of Fred No, grandson of Booker No, I think distiller number 8 from the Beam line, at Jim Beam. He was doing, I think it was probably during COVID. And Steve Akeley was doing an ABV thing. And Freddie was on and just talking about probably a new little book release or something. And so we got to talk, just ask some questions and interaction and stuff. And he shared his grandmother's bourbon slush recipe. And so I'm going to share it with you right now. I've made this many times. It's always a hit. Always a hit. So bourbon slush, a can of frozen lemonade. The stuff you concentrate lemonade, like the Minute Maid stuff. You could probably get the store brand, Kroger brand, whatever. I don't know if Aldi makes it, but if they do, it's probably 29 cents or something. So get your can of frozen lemonade, and you take the whole can of frozen lemonade, you put it in the blender with the blender off. Turn the blender off. Don't turn it on yet. Then the empty can, you'll take OJ, orange juice, not OJ Simpson, orange juice. You'll take orange juice. Don't get orange juice with pulp. That'll just be kind of gross. Just get the no pulp orange juice. Fill that can that had the frozen lemonade in it 3/4 full with the orange juice. Pour it in the blender on top of the frozen lemonade. Okay. Then you take that same can that the frozen lemonade came in and that you used to measure your orange juice, and you fill that can halfway up with bourbon. Okay. I usually like to use Booker's because it's, Booker's recipe. All right. But you can use whatever you want. I've tried different things. Some things work really well. Some things don't. I've tried some ryes with it. It's okay. I tried Old Bardstown bottled and bond. That didn't work as well. I love that bourbon, but it didn't work as well with the bourbon slush. So you can kind of temper the proof, the heat to it. How hard is this going to hit? Know your crowd. If it's a bunch of lightweights, you may want to go with something a little lower proof. If it's your bourbon bros, go ahead, break out the Bookers. Let's go. Then you fill the blender up with ice. Fill it up with ice, and then now is when you turn the blender on. Not before. Now, after you put the frozen lemonade in, you 3/4 orange juice, half bourbon, ice, baby. You fill it up. Now, blend. And you blend for 2 minutes. You may think you'll get part of the way through it. You'll get a minute in. You'll think, oh, I'm good. No, go the full 2 minutes. Go the full 2 minutes. And this will be the hit of your party. Okay, one, because it's hot. It's hot outside. And if you're having people over for 4th of July, you're cooking out, you got hot dogs, you got burgers going, maybe ribs or whatever. It's hot. It's about hot by the grill. You're sweating like crazy. This is the thing you need. Okay. This is the hit of your party. So bourbon slush, there's the recipe. Do not forget it. Write it down, store it forever. And you'll use this several times a year during the summer months. And any gathering you go to, Bourbon Slush. It is a can't miss. Absolutely a can't miss. So that's it. Bourbon Slush. I'll post the recipe in the comments of the show, so you can get it there. If you're listening on a podcast and you're driving down the road and you're trying to write this down, sorry, sorry for your wreck, or you're swerving in and out of lanes and whatnot. I'll post the whole thing in the comments so you'll have it. But you also have it right here if you want to screenshot the YouTube. There you go. All right. So what's more summer than yacht rock? Okay. There may be some things that are more summer than yacht rock, but yacht rock is awesome. Okay. What is yacht rock? It's kind of hit an era of time, late 70s, early 80s. It was pretty tight time frame where yacht rock was really it. Some people have a much broader definition of it. I think they're nuts, but the music is kind of a smooth rock, real slick production, some jazz, soul, R&B influences, real laid back, perfect for sipping on that bourbon slush. Perfect. Okay. Perfect for it. So I've created a playlist for you that I'll also post in the comments of this episode. And so I wanted to talk through that real quick. And I've got given you 19 songs, partly because, Steely Dan had a song, Hey 19, which isn't on the list, but, and there's another reason why I cut it off at 19, and I'll explain that later. So let's talk about the playlist. First of all, I mentioned Steely Dan. Steely Dan is the epitome of yacht rock, and they get dismissed a lot by yacht rock and roll purists. But if you listen to their music, it is incredibly complex. It is very thoughtful, lots of layers to it, and it's fun to listen to. Steely Dan is incredible. So the first song on our yacht rock playlist is Peg by Steely Dan. The second one is I Can't Go For That, No Can Do by Daryl Hall and John Oates. Now, Daryl Hall hated the moniker yacht rock. Hated it. Who cares? Suck it up, Daryl. Quit being such a diva. You made a bunch of money. You wrote some great songs with your buddy John, who's right here with me tonight. Suck it up. Hall and Oates was one of the great yacht rock bands of all time, and I Can't Go For That is one of the great yacht rock songs. Now, What a Fool Believes by the Doobie Brothers is the next song on there. We'll more on that later. Toto, Rosanna, awesome song. So you got to include that. Boz Scaggs, Lowdown, that's a great yacht rock song. Steve Winwood. Now, Steve Winwood has a career that spans decades, okay? From back in Blind Faith and Spencer Davis Group and all that, and then on to his solo career, which extend. Wow, I think he still tours even now. Steve Winwood's incredibly talented, but he kind of hit that yacht rock era, and his song "While You See a Chance" off the Arc of a Diver album, that's a good yacht rock song. Christopher Cross, Ride Like the Wind, great yacht rock song. And if you've not seen it, I'll post a link to this in the episode comments too. The SCTV skit with Rick Moranis playing Michael McDonald. Michael McDonald of the Doobie Brothers. Michael McDonald sang backup vocals on Ride Like the Wind. And the all he did was he echoed, "Such a long way to go." That was it. And so the skit's awesome. It shows Michael McDonald running into the studio last minute, right on cue, to sing the echo of that one line in the chorus. Hilarious skit. You'll love it. Check it out. It's great. Alan Parsons Project, Eye in the Sky. If you're a fan of the show 30 Rock, which I know has been off the air for a while, but the Tina Fey show 30 Rock, there was what was his name? Pete Hornberger was one of the producers on the show 30 Rock, and Pete back in his day had a tribute band to the Alan Parsons Project called the Alan Parsons Project. That just cracked me up. So hilarious stuff. Another Steely Dan song, FM, fantastic song. Kenny Loggins, before he was writing songs for hit movies like Top Gun and Caddyshack, he was kind of a yacht rock guy with a song called "This Is It." Michael McDonald up again. He was in the Doobies. He sang background on Christopher Cross's song, and now he's got a song called "I Keep Forgetting." Great tune. Then we got some LRB, Little River Band, reminiscing. We'll come back with some Daryl Hall and John Oates. You make my dreams come true. You really do. You do. You make my dreams come true. One of the best is Brandy, parentheses, You're a Fine Girl, by the band Looking Glass. Tough to beat. Summer Breeze, Sills and Croft, that's classic yacht rock. Baker Street by Jerry Rafferty, another classic yacht rock. Baby Come Back by Player. Yep. Now, this next one, okay. I will rarely seek out Sundown by Gordon Lightfoot. I just won't. Great yacht rock song, but it's not something that I'm scurrying to find on Spotify. It's not going to show up on my Spotify list. But if that song comes on, I'm just going to listen to it. I'm going to listen to the whole darn thing to the very end. If it comes on, I've got something playing in my car, and I get to the house and that song's on, I'm not getting out till it's over. It's a fantastic song, great yacht rock song. Gordon Lightfoot, Sundown. America, Ventura Highway, another really good yacht rock song. Now, so that's 19. I've gone through 19 songs. One that you'll see on a lot of lists, a lot of playlists for top yacht rock song, and I've said yacht rock far too many times in this episode, so apologies for that. But what are you going to do? Escape, the Pina Colada song by Rupert Holmes. That is a horrible song. That is the third worst song of all time, behind only We Built This City by Starship and Kokomo by the Beach Boys. Third worst song all time, Escape by Rupert Holmes. It's horrible. A lot of people will include it on a yacht rock list. Don't do it. Don't make that mistake. I did not make that mistake in the playlist that I sent you, that you can play at your 4th of July party while you're slush and entertaining your guests with wonderful, wonderful yacht rock music. You will not hear Pina Colada song. It's horrible. It's horrible. All right. Hey, let's have another drink. Cheers. Cheers, Ken. And cheers, America. So we talked about yacht rock. We talked about bourbon slushes. Talk about America for just a second. You know, exercise your freedom, whatever your freedom is. The things that the founders of this country, sacrificed so much for you to be free, and that people, heroes, all through the last 249 years have made sacrifices for your freedom and for mine. Exercise your freedom and stop complaining. Stop whining about everything, whether you're a MAGA guy or you're suffer from Trump derangement syndrome, whatever the case. Stop complaining for a minute. Think about the great things that you have because you were in the United States of America. There's far more to be thankful for than there is to bitch about. So take a minute, take a break, stop listening to the whiners and complainers on TV networks that are just trying to get you to watch what they're doing. Stop listening to the people on social media that are just trying to get your clicks. Take a minute. Think about the things you should be thankful for because you live in this country. And just put the hate, put the unction to rest for just a minute. Okay? For just a minute. And maybe, if nothing else, we can unite around a love of bourbon and a love of yacht rock. This is my service to you, the American people. All right. So that's the show. Tell you again, if you're watching us right now, if you're still watching us, thank you so much. If you're still watching us on YouTube, please hit subscribe. We would love for you to hang out with us on a regular basis. If you prefer your content where you can just listen, we're on your favorite podcast platform. Follow us on Facebook. Like what we're doing. We're here to entertain, to have a good time. Speaking of having a good time, got some great shows coming up. Alan Bishop. We'll have Alan Bishop on next week. That'll be awesome. Got my good friend Dusty Bowe. Dusty has a new album coming out soon. Dusty's one of the most talented musicians I know. Talented performers I know. Really good songwriter. Really good guitarist. Really good vocalist. He's kind of it. So we'll talk with Dusty about what all he's got going on. Then I've got Eric Wolf. Man, I recorded this show with Eric Wolf the other day. Man, it was a good one. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. I think you will too. So be sure to subscribe to what we're doing so you don't miss out. So that's our show. Happy birthday, America. Enjoy your Independence Day. Stop being a whiny bitch. And be thankful that we get to enjoy yacht rock and bourbon slushes and Ken Schreiner's rye. So cheers, people. See you next time.